Alright guys, what's good? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about the advantages of being into high ticket sales, being in remote sales, and being in appointment setting. Let's get straight into it. First advantage is, and it's not going to be in order of like most significant to least significant. I'm just going to rifle off some advantages. Okay, so the first thing first is the skill itself. Basically, if all you did was learn how to sell, you'd probably just be set up for life, and you got extremely good at it, you'd be set up for life. Sales makes you recession proof. I tell this all the time. I tell this to people all the time. If you know how to, like, life is sales. Okay, life is sales. Everything is sales. You're always trying to sell someone on an idea, on a decision, on yourself. You're always trying to sell the idea of why you should get that new car to your mom, for example. You're always trying to sell the idea to a girl why you guys should go on a date. You're always trying to sell yourself to someone who you'd might like to network with and become friends with, right? Sales is life. Everything is sales. So if you say, oh, sales is not for me, well, that's a cope, and that's completely false, because you're selling every single second in your life, whether you know it or not, right? So if you know how to sell, because here's the thing, when you get into a position, especially a good one, and you start taking sales calls, you start trying to potentially close people on deals that are worth thousands of dollars, then you have to know a good amount on things like body language, on human psychology, on tonality, on what makes people buy, what makes people not buy. You know, all these nuances in human psychology that's been around for thousands of years, that even the higher ups and the elites use, or people just that are super successful, they use, and you can just learn it in a matter of months. You can master it, and before you know it, now you're a sales god, but also a life god. Okay, so it's the skill itself that really helps, and it's just, it's not just about making money and commission at the end of the day. Like, it's genuinely a valuable life skill. Once you pick it up, you probably will never let go, and you're gonna thank yourself for learning, despite all the discomfort and the pain. Okay, so the thing with appointment setting is it's a good stepping stone as well. So let's say you're just starting out. Most people will want an experienced closer, unless you get extremely fortunate. So the way you get into that, the way you get your foot in the door, is appointment setting, where you help people get onto booked meetings, and then the closer will try and close those meetings, and then if they close, you both get commission, right? So it's a good stepping stone to get into a closing position, but you're still learning. Like, it's not to discredit appointment setting. Yeah, maybe it's not as dynamic as sales, but you're still learning a good amount about human psychology, because you're trying to DM people and all this stuff. So, and I do appointment setting right now. Like, I've been doing it for months and months, even years at this point. So there's no shame in being an appointment setter. So that's the first thing, is the skill itself. You're setting yourself up for life just by learning these two skills, right? Second thing is the freedom. Now, I want to be careful with the word freedom, because don't get it twisted. It's not all about sitting on the beach with a coconut in your hand. No, like, literally today I just grinded out. Depends on how productive it was is a bit questionable, but I grinded out like a good 6 7 hour work day today, and I just stayed at home for a good amount of the day, from afternoon to evening. Right now it's 10 past 11 in Thailand, so, and I don't get tired, but I've done a decent amount of work today. But in terms of the freedom, because this is remote work, guys, you're not tied down to a schedule. You're not tied down to a certain location that you would with a 9 to 5. As one of my friends always says, is he shits on the 9 to 5, and just tell your boss to fuck off, right? And just start working remote, so you can live the life that you want and you have that freedom, right? So there's a lot of location freedom in this, especially if it's remote sales, especially if it's appointment setting. There's location freedom, and there's time freedom, and then obviously you'll get to financial freedom once you get extremely good at what you do. Okay, you could be in Medellin, Colombia, as an appointment setter, and you'd still be printing money, right? You can be in Koh Samui, Thailand, as a closer, like my friend Sam is, and we have an interview tomorrow, just a sneak peek. So that's gonna be fun. So you can be him closing deals in the middle of Thailand. So it's up to you what you want to do, but that's the second thing is the freedom that comes with it. The third thing that comes with it is the fact you do not have to be married to it. So one of my videos explains this, where you do not have to be married to either appointment setting or sales. The thing is with other business models is once you build it up, it's like a baby, right? It comes or a pet, like a pet cat, for example, or a pet dog. Once you bring it into this world, you have to continue watering the plant, like, for lack of a better term. You have to feed it, you have to water it, you have to change the nappy, you have to clean the toilet and stuff like that. You have to help it grow up every step of the way. You can't really abandon it, and then as it grows bigger and bigger, you can't really abandon it at that point, right? It's kind of stuck with it. So that's the thing with a lot of business models too. It's like, let's say you build an Amazon FBA business or an agency, right? Let's say you start to grow, you get your first few clients through the door, it's amazing, but now, before you know it, you're at around 10, 20K a month, and maybe if you want to stick to it, that's completely fine. But what happens is, if you have a change of heart, what happens is, if you went into building an SMMA or you went into building an Amazon FBA purely because of a side hustle, but in reality, in your brain, in your heart, you really wanted to, for example, run a clothing brand or do something else that wasn't Amazon FBA, then now what? Now you have a store, you got suppliers that you need to take care of, you got stock that you need to get rid of, you got all these moving pieces. Same with the SMMA, but it's different moving pieces, obviously. Now you have all these moving pieces that you're responsible for, and when it grows to a certain level, now it's really hard to just remove yourself at a snap of a finger, right? The good thing is with sales and appointment setting, you're not married to it. If you have stacked a considerable amount of cash, let's say you stack, I don't know, 6 figures in the bank, and now you decide you want to call it quits and you want to start pursuing your dream of running a clothing brand, right? Guess what? You can tell your business owner that you're done, and they wouldn't take it serious. They wouldn't take it personally. You just left. That's fine. Done. Now you can go run your clothing business. That's how easy it is. You can just stop the next day if you really wanted to. Same with appointment setting. It's even easier with appointment setting, right? So it's more common, more people getting into it, so it's easier to find a replacement. But anyways, you do not have to be married to it. Therefore, it's super easy to just dart in and out, right? If you need to stack cash, that's why we tell people all the time, okay, you can, and if you love this game, if you really just want to stick this out, then that's completely fine. Take it as far as you can, which I encourage. But if deep down you wanted to do something else, like let's say you wanted to, I don't know, build a 7-figure pest control business, right? But one of the moving parts and one of the key skills you need to learn is sales. The best thing to do is to get a remote sales job, get experience with selling and talking to people without all the burden of running a 7-figure pest business. All you focus on is just selling and closing deals. You build that muscle up, you stack a considerable amount of cash, and then now you're ready to just leave and launch that thing, right? Simple as. Okay? I won't be doing this forever, but I'm documenting the journey right now, and then maybe down the line, whatever I decide to do after that will be a testament to this third tip of not having to be married to this game, So that's the third thing. If I can think of any more, I'd say the fourth thing is, it's quite fulfilling actually, because with a lot of other business models, for example, I've heard e-commerce owners or e-com business owners say all the time is, the money's cool, but at the end of the day, bro, you're just sitting behind a laptop for 12 hours a day, and there's no real human connection. It feels kind of empty. You're trying to convince people to buy these products from AliExpress that deep down aren't that great. Yeah, you're printing money, but it's not that. You feel kind of empty at the end of the day. That's what some people say. Don't quote me on this, but that's what some of these are e-com business owners too. They say this stuff. So the thing is with sales, with appointment setting, is you're dealing with people, and you're doing it for a good cause. Because especially if you're on a good offer, right? If you're on a scammy offer, then forget this, but and get your ass off that ASAP. But if you're on a good offer that genuinely helps people and changes their lives, and it's got testimonials, and you know for a fact that the students, like, there are successful students, you can see receipts, you can see how it's literally changed your life, stuff like that. And it was just because of this coaching program or this offer that you're now helping to sell, then it's very fulfilling. Like, it gets to the point where sales doesn't feel like sales, right? It feels like you're genuinely just helping someone make the right decision, which is what you should be striving for. This is what sales should be. It's not Wolf of Wall Street style, sleazy snake oil tactics. No, it should be very Socratic. It should help people know what's the best decision to make, regardless if they buy or not, right? That's the main goal. So if you're selling something that's very good and it changes lives, then you just probably had a massive contribution to changing that person's life, right? By getting them over the edge, by helping them get out their own way, aka handling objections, okay? And then before you know it, they sign up for the program. And this isn't gonna be everyone, obviously, but let's say someone like someone you know for a fact was a good fit. They hop in the program, they do exactly what it tells them to do, and look at them, like, they just achieved every single thing that they told you on the sales school 3 months ago that they wanted to achieve. Like, they've now made 15 to 20K a month. They're, they have more time to themselves. They can work on this and that, each their own, but that's very fulfilling, and that's something that people should strive for, just helping other people change their lives and stuff like that. As cliche as it sounds, but there's nothing better than like finding someone 3 months down the line, they come back to you and you just see a completely different person. Okay, so there's nothing more fulfilling than that. Okay, so very fulfilling sales, appointment setting, provided what you're selling is A1. I don't have anything else to say really. I think those are the main things. I can make a part 2. I can even make a disadvantages video just to make it very, very level, like a level playing field. Okay, but for now I'll keep it at this. Those are the 4 advantages of getting into remote closing or remote sales or appointment setting. If you enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe if you're new to the channel, share this with a friend who needs it, and I'll see you in the next one.